is twofold. To one, show you how to brand your reports using our system here to really brand and differentiate your practice. And then secondly, to also show you how to use the system defaults to use some settings here to streamline your operational workflow. So what I'll start with here is showing you one of our basic reports or our standard report outputs. This would be just kind of how the reports come branded in our system. Report version 1 with no logo changes or color scheme changes. So again, looking at the standard report on the top right here, you're going to have the AdvisoryWorld logo. The color scheme is set to match that logo. And you're going to have our default colors on the bar chart, on the pie charts, and all of the mountain charts, etc. Now again, if you have any questions, please feel free to type those into the question chat box, and I'll do my best to get to those questions at the end of the call today. So again, looking at the standard report output, again, not branded, it comes with the AdvisoryWorld logo and AdvisoryWorld color scheme. So really what a lot of our clients are doing is using our system to brand report output and really differentiate their practice using AdvisoryWorld reports. So the way you would do that is simply by clicking on My Info here on the top right, which is going to bring you over to our info screen. And in here, you have the ability to load your logos as well as edit the report branding. So now loading the logo is as simple as clicking on the Upload Logo button. You'll notice that there's two areas you can do this, one for the cover page, one for the header, just in case you want to use different logos there. For my example, I'll just go ahead and use the same logo for the cover page and the header. We're going to use one of our client logos, BSB Financial Services. They were kind enough to let us demo using their logo here. I simply select the logo from the destination file. Here I have it saved on my desktop. And I go ahead and submit that logo. Now clicking here on the cover page logo, it's actually going to go ahead and select the same logo I've loaded in. I can submit that as well. And using the edit report branding, I can actually come in and change a number of features on the report here. Now for example, I know that the BSB logo is blue, so maybe I want to match that to the blue on the logo. Here I'm just going to shoot from the hip and kind of match that blue to the blue that I know appears on the report output there. But you also have the ability to go in and get the custom color code from either your company website or from your designers there. So I'll just go ahead and pick this color. I think this is a pretty close match. And I can copy and paste this into my chart colors as well. And maybe for the secondary color here, I want to go ahead and use a gray. I know that's one of BSB's secondary colors, so I'll go ahead and just select a gray color here. And again, to kind of make sure I use that same tone on the chart and the bar charts, I'm simply going to paste that in to both the color field 2 here. Now, real easily what I've done is I've uploaded my logo. I've went ahead and I've adjusted my colors. Next thing I'll do is I want to change my report version. So here I'm going to go ahead and use report version 2. And for the font, I'll select DinPro. I personally like how this output looks. And again, not really trying to steer anyone toward a specific report version or font or color scheme here. I just kind of wanted to show you the functionality. So along with this, maybe what I want to add is a custom footer here. And maybe I just want to kind of put in a footer that has my firm name. So I'll just put created exclusively for BSB Financial Services prospects/clients. I also have the ability to put in cover text. And I have the ability to customize my color or my cover page to some degree. Really, all of this stuff I'd be happy to take you through on a one-off basis as you're customizing your reports there. But really, again, the goal was to show you how we can customize these reports pretty easily, the different report versions, the ability to add footer text as well as cover page disclosures here. So really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and save these settings. I'll save again at the bottom of the screen here. And what I'll do is I'll simply rebuild this report I just created earlier with the new report branding. So again, very quickly, I was able to change the entire look of the report here. I now have the logo centered, which is one of the features of report version 2. I'm also using my DinPro font. In my opinion, this report version looks a little bit more updated, looks a little more modern. Also, you'll notice I just edited a couple of the bar colors here, or pie chart colors, but you notice those have been updated, as well as the accumulation detail chart here. So really easily, I'm able to update my color scheme and customize this report with my logo and the colors I want to display on this report. Now, second piece of functionality I wanted to show you was the ability to edit the defaults within our reports. And again, the goal of this is to really streamline your operational workflow. So coming into this sample illustration that I've set up, just a couple things I'll point out here is you'll notice that our reports are always going to default to the longest common time horizon amongst the assets in the portfolio. You have the ability to adjust this time frame using the drop-down. Again, that would be done manually using that drop-down button there. Also on the Fees tab, I have the ability to manually enter any fee structure. Also have the ability to apply that globally to the entire illustration. By entering the fee structure here in global fee settings, I can save these and load these settings. Again, that would be done manually as well. I also have the ability manually to come in and adjust my front-end loads, transaction fees, and all of those different parameters. Now, these you can do on a report-by-report basis, but the goal of adjusting the report defaults is, again, to streamline that workflow. If you find yourself coming into these reports and toggling a lot of the same fields, might be easier for you to come in under My Info and set some of these report defaults to what you're commonly using here. Way to do that would be, again, under My Info. I'm going to click on Edit Defaults under the hypothetical defaults. And maybe for the time horizon, I don't want to use a common asset inception date. Maybe I just want to show 5 years. Maybe I also want to adjust the rebalance frequency. Maybe I want to go ahead and adjust that to semi-annually. Next, maybe I want to show a wrap fee. I don't want to enter that or toggle that manually every time. I can also do something similar in My Info under the Edit or Fee Schedule. But maybe here I just want to do this as a wrap fee that I want to show as an overlay on all of my accounts. So what I'm going to do here is I can simply put in the fee and the billing frequency. So here I'm showing a 1% charge annually being billed quarterly. So the frequency being quarterly and the wrap value being 25 basis points. And then lastly, maybe what I want to do is waive all front-end loads for this fee, as well as any transaction fees. So again, by doing that under my hypothetical defaults, I can come in, make any of these adjustments you see here. Again, I'm just toggling a few fields here to give you an example. I can go ahead and save this. Save again. And now coming into a new hypothetical illustration, you'll notice first off that my time horizon now is set to 5 years. The rebalancing period has been set to semi-annually, as I designated. On the Fees tab here, my wrap fee is already set up, and my front end and transaction fees are waived, just like I designated. So again, all of these changes are made under My Info. Edit report branding and the logo uploads are done right here. Hypothetical defaults are edited right here under the Edit Defaults logo or button. And lastly, one thing I also wanted to touch on here is different report disclosures that you can add on to the reports here. Report disclosures that you edit here will show up as the last page of the report, but you do have the ability to simply edit disclosures by clicking on that button. Coming in here, adding a new disclosure, simply titling this, selecting whether you want it portrait or landscape. And coming in here, you can simply paste in your disclosure or type in anything you'd like to show. Now to simply make that the default disclosure that you show on your reports, you would come here, use the drop-down. That one I set up was test. I'd simply select test here, click Save at the bottom. And very easily, I was able to come in, customize my report output in terms of the logo and custom colors, set my report defaults, as well as load in a custom disclosure. So really, the report output I'm going to get now is going to be very branded for my company or my firm. It's going to have exactly the disclosures I want. And in terms of the operational processes, I don't have to come in and toggle too many fields when I'm building these reports. So really, those were the main features I wanted to highlight on today's call. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to take those now. And you can also feel free to reach out to me on an individual basis. And as a matter of fact, I've gotten a couple of emails to set up some calls to do some branding work, and I'd be happy to take care of that for you folks or work on that with you. So again, as you have any questions, please feel free to type those into the question chat box or reach out to me individually. My number here is 800-480-3888. I'm at extension 105. You can also reach our general support line at that same 800 number, extension or option 2. And you can always feel free to email me at the email address you received this invite from, or email our support team at support, SUPPORT, @advisoryworld.com. With that, I do see one question here. So the branding is all done under My Info, under this Edit Report Branding tab. Again, colors are set here in terms of background colors for different headers. The chart colors and bar chart colors are set here. Report version would be changed under the Reports tab, and you'll notice there's a header here for each of the different areas you can toggle in terms of footer, cover text, cover page, and colors. And then again, also the hypothetical defaults as well as the disclosures are all done here under My Info. Okay, and then I have one more request here to generate the logo, so absolutely. I'll go ahead and generate this sample illustration too with that logo. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and also throw on a cover page here. Add a little disclosure to this cover page as well, and maybe we want to display the date. So again, fairly quickly, I have my report come up here. Here's the cover page with the date, my disclosure, my logo. Again, a couple different ways we can show the logo as well. I'd be happy to work through those with you, the different variants of the cover page as well. And then the report output with my logo up top, and the report color is set as I had designated here. So again, any branding system defaults we can help you with, or really anything, please feel free to reach out to myself or the support team here at Advisory World. And with that, I'm at the end of my 15 minutes. So I thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you on future training calls. Thank you very much for your time.